Hello, welcome back to my channel English with Aleena. In today's video, we are going to discuss the question and answers of the chapter, the last lesson, and comment what topics you want me to cover in the upcoming videos of my channel. Now, without wasting time, let's get into the video. What was France accepted to be prepared with the school that day? Answer. France was accepted to be prepared with his lessons on participles. M. Hamel, his French teacher, had announced that he would question them on participles. But poor France didn't know allow even the first word about them. That day, Franz was accepted to be prepared with the participles because his teacher M. Hamel had said that he would question them on the topic. However, Franz was worried because he didn't know anything about the participles. What had been put up on the bulletin board? Answer. An order from Berlin that had been put up on the bulletin board. The order was that from next day only German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The new teacher would join the school from the following day. Answer. The French district of the Alsace and Lorraine had taken over by the Prussians, hence the bulletin board displayed news that an order came from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. Who did M. Hamel for not giving his due attention to their language? M. Hamel blamed the people of Alsace for not giving his due attention to their language. He also blamed himself. Often he had sent the students to water his plants, and when he wanted to go fishing, he would just give them a holiday. He also blamed the people of Alsace for not giving due attention to their native language and putting off learning till the following day. He blamed them for not being bothered enough to have their children learn their native language, French, and opting to put them work on the farms and mills instead. Who did M. Hamel blame for the neglect of learning on the part of boys like Franz? Answer. M. Hamel blamed himself for neglect of learning on the part of boys like Franz. He was a little irregular and took leave whenever he needed it, which reflected on the behavior and studies of the students. He also blamed their parents for not taking interest in their education. Hamel blamed the parents for the neglect of learning on the part of boys like Franz because they wanted them to work to earn some money instead of focusing on the education. And Hamel also blamed himself for negligence in this teaching. What announcement did M. Hamel make? What was the impact of this on France? This is your last French lesson. How did France reacted to declaration of M. Hamel? Answer. After hearing this announcement, Franz was very sad and he had regretted not learning his lessons and being deprived of the opportunity to learn his own mother tongue. His book suddenly became his old friend whom he could not abandon. M. Hamel told the students that it was their last French lesson as an order from Berlin has come that henceforth only German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. The announcement seemed to be a thunderclap to Franz, and he was surprised and shocked on hearing this. What changes come over little Franz after he heard that M. Hamel's announcement? After hearing the announcement, Franz was very sad and he regretted for not learning his lessons and being deprived of the opportunity to learn his own mother tongue. His book suddenly became his old friends whom he could not abandon. Franz learns that M. Hamel has no longer teaches him French because only German would be taught at the schools. This news changed Fran's attitude towards teacher and he regret not learning his language properly. Why was Franz confused? What added to his confusion? When Franz reached school, he found it the entire place unusually quiet, strange, and solemn. He was late for the school and thought that M. Hamel would scold him. But to his surprise, M. Hamel spoke very kindly to him and invited him in. However, what confused him the most was the presence of the village elders in the classroom. Franz was shocked when M. Hamel told the students about the order from Berlin that it was the last French lesson. He also forgot about his teacher's ruler and crankiness. Instead, he started liking M. Hamel as he was going forever. How did Franz performed when his turn came to recite. When it was Franz's turn to recite, he got mixed up on his first word and stood up at his place, ashamed. He did not have the courage to look up and face his teacher. Franz was asked to recite the participle rules. He was not able to recite and he got mixed up on the first word and stood there. Question 23. How did M. Hamel praise the French language? Answer. M. Hamel called French the most beautiful language of the world. According to him, it was the clearest and the most logical language. He wanted the people of France to guard it amongst themselves and never forget it. Hamel said that French is the most beautiful language in the world. It is the clearest and the most logical language in the world. He said that they must guard it and never forget it because when the people are enslaved, if they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had a key to their prison. How is the mother tongue important? The mother tongue is the representative of a nation's true identity and the character. It acts a binding force, create a unity among the countrymen. Hamel rightly said when a people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had a key to their prison. What was M. Hamel's contribution to the schools in Alsace? Answer. M. Hamel had given 40 years of long and faithful service to school. Though the students found him cranky, he was a true Frenchman at the heart, who took immense pride in teaching his mother tongue. He loved the school and wanted the children to love their language. M. Hamel had taught at the school for last 40 years, then assuming the role of a mentor, he advised the villagers to change their priorities and pay more attention. Franz was able to understand everything that day. Why? Franz thought that probably he had never paid so much attention in the class, and M. Hamel had always explained everything with so much patience. Perhaps these were the reasons that he was able to understand everything that day. What did M. Hamel teaches this class in his last lesson? In his last lesson, M. Hammer taught the class about the grammar, then about the writing, and final a lesson in history. More than this, he made the students realize importance of their mother tongue and taught them to take pride in their language. Hamel gave his last lesson to his students with the utmost devotion and sincerity. He praised French as the most beautiful and the clearest and the most logical language of the world. He emphasized the importance of the one's mother tongue and how it was always give a sense of freedom and belonging if they are enslaved. How did Fran's feeling about M. Hamel and school changed? Answer. Franz was shocked when M. Hamel told the students about the order from Berlin that it was their last French lesson. He forgot about his teacher's ruler and he started liking a mammal. He was being separated from him forever. His feelings toward his school changed as he did not wanted to give up on his books and lessons, seemingly old friends. Franz found out that M. Hamel would not teach him French anymore because only German was going to be taught in the schools. This news changed Franz's attitude towards his teacher and school. He regretted that he had never learned his lessons properly. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing to my channel. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Leave a like and share this comment and comment what other topics you want me to cover in my next video. And yep, I will also upload long videos on English grammar topics, so please stay tuned.